What's going on, everybody in the building, man? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back with the banger on the Atlas Gunworks NYX, or I guess Nyx. So we have here today the Atlas Gunworks Nyx. Now, this is pretty much their carry model of the Atlas Gunworks 2011. And I've shot so far the Titan, I've shot in the Erebus, and now we got a more compact model when it comes to the Nyx, the Nyx V2. And we're running this with a hollow sun, and I gotta be honest, I mean, phenomenal once again. Every gun that I shot when it comes to Atlas Gunworks has been amazing, okay? You know, definitely upper echelon when it comes to the products that they make out here, the overall finish, the overall design, the overall just buttery smooth, just action, the trigger. We already know all these things that we've, you know, shown on this channel, which we can get, I mean, y'all wanna see the trigger? Let me just go ahead and get the triggers up out the way, because we know about the Atlas triggers at the end of the day. YouTube, this is not a hair trigger. This is not a hair trigger. This is not a hair trigger. Just to let y'all know, YouTube. But check it out. Really nice, crisp trigger. It's a flat reset and go right back at it. Overall, solid machine. They come with 15 round magazines. This is actually the carrying case, or the case that it comes with as well. And you have the mag pouches on the back here. Now, I'll be honest, with this one in particular, we did not have as much time with this one compared to the Erebus and the Titan, but we did have a good amount of time just to shoot it and get a feel for it. And in all honesty, if you shot one Atlas, you know how the rest are gonna feel, and that's just goddamn good, you feel me? Now, with that being said though, what I've gotten out of shooting the Nyx was that it was like a Titan, but a little bit shorter, pretty much. The Titan, I feel like, was just a longer version. This is a shorter version of the Titan overall. And as I stated before, I like the Erebus. The Erebus is amazing. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, right? It's definitely worth the price point it is at, but I really enjoyed just the Titan. I felt like the Titan was a solid, just entry level and solid, just base 2011 to come out the gate, especially when you're comparing it to the other models out there. Like, I feel like I really did like the Titan, and that is something I want to look more into, you know, just down the road, doing more content around. Now, they have this Nyx, and they recently just dropped the Apollo and the EOS. I want to make sure I say this correctly. Forgive me, but the Nyx, this gun in particular, was retired. So this gun is no longer more. This gun, I believe, is done data. They've done it. I mean, I'm on the website right now and it says retired. I didn't even know that. But it's retired because, and I want to make sure I get it right, because I believe it is the Apollo. I believe it's the EOS. This I want to make sure. Yes, correct. Because the EOS is now the new carry compact Atlas Gunworks pistol. So we'll be doing a video on that very soon, and maybe hopefully what we'll be able to do is a comparison of the two to kind of see some of those differences as far as the overall shape, size, and length. From what I remember, and I could be wrong here, but I believe that the EOS is slightly heavier than the Nyx. I could be a little bit wrong. Honestly, forgive me if I am, forgive me, okay? But I want to say that I remember them telling me that it's slightly heavier compared to this model. Now, with that heavierness, you're gonna have a little bit better on the recoil, just overall, because more weight is less recoil, but also the EOS has that ported barrel on each side, whereas this doesn't. With that being said though, it's still gonna be going down as one of the most phenomenal compact carry 2011s on the market when it comes to the Nyx. And of course the Apollo is another new one, but the EOS is the one that's kind of replacing this one. Shooting it though, I enjoyed it, I had fun. Did not really have as much issues with, like, I never had really issues with the guns overall from Atlas, but the fact that the action is just, you know, the slide is so smooth that if you're a high shooter and you shoot like high up and put too much pressure on that slide, you can sometimes cause that to not always just cycle properly. And I easily just kind of lowered it and then never had that issue. Now also when it comes to the Nyx in general, I seem to always, you know, a lot of the Atlas guns, they don't always slide back or lock to slide back. Now from what I heard and what I was told numerous times, had a lot to do with the magazine, but also the fact that these are competition weapons or competition guns. So I guess when you're in competition, it serves some sort of purpose. Feel free to let me know more about that one down below. But overall, I mean, I love these guns. I love the safeties. I use the safeties also like kind of like a, you know, just to be able to rest my thumb on and just get a really nice, good placement on the gun at the end of the day. And I love it paired alongside with this Holosun. The previous ones I ran them with SROs. Don't get me wrong, SROs are really good as well. I mean, they're way better, but I did not know that a Holosun would be just as good. This is the 507. So very solid, very clean. This one holds 15 rounds in it. Or my bad, I want to say 15, my bad. I want to say this is maybe 20. Forgive me. It says 15 here, so yeah, I said 15, 20 rounds. So you get a lot out of that compact 1911 20 round magazine. You have a lot of the same grip work on this one that's also featured on that Titan. So you get pretty much the Titan in the shorter compact model. You have the Picatinny rail on the bottom for your lights. You have, of course, the V2, you know, system that lets you utilize the optics on here, just like we have the optics on here as well. So overall, very, very solid and lovely weapon right here. In all honesty, I always thought like I would want a compact 2011 to carry, which I guess I do. But if I had to make a decision between a competition 2011 or a compact 2011, I think I like the competition shooting. I think it's just more fun. This definitely, like I said, like let's speak on that being more of a smaller size compared to Titan and Airbus. There was a little bit more snappiness mainly because with a more, you know, shorter slide, you got a quicker, it's a faster slide of movement, right? So that fast, instead of that like that chugging along on that long slide, like she said, you know, it is a lower recoil impulse of some sorts. And that's just with any gun. Any shorter gun, you're gonna have a more snappier gun because there's just less motion going on, is faster, so it's gonna be a little bit more of a more snappier gun at the end of the day. But the weight alongside with it overall, like it doesn't impact anything, but I'm just saying when you're shooting the Titan and especially the Airbus, the Airbus is a cheat code. The Airbus makes you feel like you're shooting a 22 at the end of the day. The Titan, you feel it, but I was talking, I believe it was Tony or one of the guys at the booth at Atlas, and they said like that recoil sometimes helps you when shooting. When there's no recoil, it almost just, it helps, but some people like that feeling of that snappiness, likes that feeling of just having that power behind their hands, you know, when they're shooting a gun to always like to stay on target. It makes them shoot better of some sort. So I get that. And that's why I like the Titan, I would say overall. I have not tried the, I believe the Artemis or the Athena is the one that people have been mentioning as well, but I really want to try out their new line with the EOS and the Apollo. So we'll definitely be tuning in and checking those out as time goes on. But I mean, there's nothing negative I could say about these guns at the end of the day. You have your other brands out there like Staccatos, you have your other brands out there like Nighthawks, definitely all make good product, but I really like what Atlas is doing and what they've been doing. And they have one of the best triggers in the game. You know, they definitely have some of the bestest 2011s in the game. And right now, like, I'm Team Atlas. Okay, if I ever get into competition shooting and I'm going to get me my 2011 because I need to be up there with all the rest of them boys, I'm going full-fledged Airbus, or more than likely, you know, maybe Apollo now, or whatever type of limited or optics, right, whatever type of league I'm going to be in, I'm going with the Atlas at the end of the day. But this was, like I said, I would say more so of an overview. Review is some sorts, like this is giving you my guys' thoughts and opinions, but I only got maybe about 300 rounds through it compared to, I try to always push up to 1,000 to give you that full-on review. But I did enjoy shooting this, and you want to see more, stay tuned. But I want to give you guys more on the EOS as well, so you'll see those down the pipeline. But yep, so, you know, Atlas Gunworks, and yeah, the Nyx, we out. You are now retired. Let's go ahead and retire this bad boy. Peace.